Hey everybody, this is Clay Stevens. Super excited to be with you here all tonight. Fired up about something that I've learned about actually just pretty recently, and it's made a pretty significant impact in my own life. So much so that I've been telling my family, friends, and neighbors about what's going on here in regards to two things, two sides of my life at least. One is health, and the other is wealthness. So different health program and a different wealthness program. So pretty excited. Want to be really respective of your time. So I'm going to get right with it here. And so let's get started. I'm just going to share my screen with you. And so you should be able to see here that as I've been living the last 5 or 10 years, I've been paying more and more attention to living my life on purpose, to paying attention to things that matter in regards to life legacy, things that I want to be able to create and then ultimately leave behind to other people. And as I'm living my life on purpose, right, then I'm thinking about a couple of things. On the health side of things, there's the notion of nutrition. Nutrition is super important, of course, and and I even have a degree in exercise physiology, but it's kind of a myth, right? This notion of exercise physiology. In fact, I've had a lot of people saying in my lifetime, well, yeah, I'll eat this candy bar or that donut or this pop or that thing because I can always go to the gym and I can work that out. Well, the truth is you cannot out-exercise bad nutrition. So nutrition is a key element in our Living on Purpose program because our bodies are totally miracles. They're miracle machines. They're of course, living organisms, right? It's totally amazing what happens here. And if we give them what they need, they will help us to live a life that's purposeful. And of course, if you have great health, we don't want you to be staying at home, not able to do anything because you don't have any finances, you don't have the money resource in order to be able to go do the things that you want to be able to go do. So those two things are sort of the foundation of what it is that we're going to be talking about here tonight. Of course, we, as we go along, right, in our lives, we want to be able to make sure that we are developing ourselves personally. And if you go into any bookstore, which are of course becoming a dying breed, but even if you go to Amazon or Kindle, the personal development self-help section is likely the largest one of the largest sections in the entire store or website. And then lastly, of course, we want you to be able to live an active lifestyle. We want you to be able to create the life that you deserve, to feel your best, to look your best, to really, truly be your best. And all of that is available with a company called Infinity5 Health. Infinity5 Health. What I really want to draw your attention to is the notion of this 5 to the 5th power. It's like in the movie Toy Story, right? It's Buzz Lightyear to infinity beyond. Well, this is infinity times infinity times infinity times infinity times infinity. I think that qualifies as beyond. So what we're doing is we're helping you to live your life on purpose, to take control of your life, both health and wealthness moving forward. So let me just introduce you briefly to the two founders of the company. Dr. Taylor, John Taylor, is the chief formulator, chief science officer. He spent decades devoting his life to nutrition and helping people have a better life, helping people to assist their bodies, facilitate their bodies, and really truly working their way through any kind of difficulty. Your body is truly a miracle, and taking care of it is, of course, an important thing. And we'll be talking in just a second more about nutrition. Rene Caget is the president and CEO of the company, and what an incredible human being he is. He's got a passion for helping other people's lives become better, right? This is the notion of what it is that we're doing here, having a better life so that we can be doing things purposely. Now, what I love most about these guys, not only the fact that they have integrity and they're paying attention to what we're doing and what we want to be able to do, etc., but they've together built, of course, with the help of a lot of people, they built a $100 million company. $100 million company. Now, just to put that into perspective, this is not these guys' first rodeo. $100 million is a lot. That's a big, big company. And today, if a $100 million company would qualify them to be 85th in the direct sellers list of biggest companies on the planet. 85th in the top 100 You think about Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 100 companies. You take an industry niche, multiple $40 billion industry niche, and say, wow, I'm the 85th largest on the planet. That's what that would be. Together, these guys have actually done this before, so they know how to do it again. And talking to Renee the other day, it's kind of his startup warm-up company, and now we're going to take this thing really to the planet, really to the stars. So you can find out any more information you want simply by going to Infinity5Health.com, Infinity5Health.com, to be able to move your knowledge to all of the things that we have forward. So I was introduced to this by a gentleman who said to me, do you know anyone, do you or anyone you know, eat cooked or processed foods? I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it's like a trick question. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I know people me. Let's start with me. Yes, I do. And everybody that I know eats cooked and processed foods. In fact, it's interesting. This morning I sent about 25 kids down to southern Utah to go hiking and camping. And if you don't think that there's going to be cooked and processed foods on that program, wow, there's almost nothing natural in that program at all. So yes, the answer is yes, I do. And I think, okay, you're asking me this question because you're going to tell me, like, man, Clay, all these years you've been thinking that you were an idiot for eating cooked and processed foods, and so here's going to be the benefits. I'm thinking, okay, good. Tell me. And he says, yeah, well, not really that. What I really want to do is to help you understand the consequences of eating cooked and processed foods, right? Digestive distress, weight gain, premature aging, diabetes, cancer, heart disease. I'm thinking, not really super benefits of doing what I've been doing my whole life. And I'm watching the world around me get bigger and bigger and bigger and die earlier and earlier and earlier. And it's not really all that cool of a deal. Yeah, we can keep people alive, I guess, longer. But what is the quality of life at the end? And we have man-made built those particular challenges because of the way that we handle food. In fact, past Surgeon Generals have told us that most degenerative diseases and health challenges are due to food that we eat and the way that we prepare it. The way that we deal with food is not the way we were intended to be able to deal with food. So what's happened here is Dr. Taylor's created a product called Better 5. It's actually a combination of science and technology with nature, and it's super cool. So you can look on the back of any bottle of Better 5. This is what the deal looks like. You look on the back here. You can read that. If you got really super good eyes, you can be able to read exactly. Or you can go to the website, better5health.com, and you can look exactly at that supplement fact box, which will tell you all of the ingredients, everything that's in here that will help you and your body be able to operate in a more intelligent way, in a more healthy way. Now, I'm not saying that we have found something because somebody tripped over a rock in the Himalayan mountains and suddenly now we have something that we've never had before. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying you're going to get off your deathbed in 5 minutes by taking one capsule of Better 5. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that over the course of time, your body will heal itself. Your body will be able to your situations and be able to make everything go, the way that it's supposed to. So I'm just sharing with you my experience. And my experience is that I have lost a few pounds. Now, I haven't lost 87 pounds in 20 minutes. I haven't. But what I have done is I've lost a little bit of weight. And the reason why I've lost that weight is because I'm not snacking in between meals. Why? Because I'm getting the food, the nutrition that I need actually to make my body work. And my body is pretty fired up about being able to have things land in it that it actually can handle. What do I mean by that? So if you think about whole food enzymes, because your current health is directly related to what you put in, on, and around your body, sort of as this picture looks like, right? So my mom, when I was a kid, said, you're going to be what you eat. You are what you eat. I thought, yeah, okay, maybe not so much, Mom. Like, okay, if I eat popsicles and cereal and drink soda pop and all that stuff, I'm not going to turn into those things exactly. No, but there's some nasty benefits, nasty challenges, really, that I just talked about just a second ago. So you're really not what you eat. You are, however, what you are able to break down, digest, and absorb. And what I'm excited about is this, is exactly this, right? What can I break down? Hamburger goes down. The body has to figure out what the heck am I going to do with it. Lasagna goes down. What am I going to do with this, right? So your body is trying to figure out how to break down the things that are there. It hits. Now what? Well, let's figure out if there's something in here that might actually work. And what can I digest? And then what can I absorb? And in fact, I might even have to take apart everything and put some other things together so that I have something that can actually have some nutritional benefit to it. What I'm excited the most about in regards to this message right here is that we can actually assist your body to do what it's intended to do. So think about this. Why are most people that you know always tired? Well, they're always tired because they don't sleep very well. And why don't they sleep very well? Well, the research is pretty clear that if your body is having to work 24/7, 365, and it can't take a rest, right, that it's going to wake you up. It's going to keep you awake. And living in sleep deprivation is not a particularly great idea. So we're tired all of the time. Why are we hungry all of the time? Because the body only recognizes whole foods, not fractionated, synthetic, genetically engineered foods. It just can't handle the things. Food lands with a thud. Your body has to try to figure out what to do with it. It's working all the time. And guess what? There's not much in there. And so we are malnourished. Healthcare providers agree. They agree on this. It's not something that, there's not really that much that most healthcare providers agree on. But they do agree on this, that we are overfed. The average American diet is about 3,200 calories a day. And we're undernourished. Now, how is that even possible? Well, because what we're putting in doesn't have any nutritional value to it. There's not much there. So we're hungry, so we eat more because your body is screaming, more food, more food, more food, put something in here that's got some value to it. And we're tired because the body is tired, is trying to figure out how to break down and digest and potentially even absorb something that's gone into it. It's totally amazing, right? It's like, oh, this is starting to make sense. This actually starts like, oh, whole food enzymes. This is pretty intense. So what are the contributors to this malnourishment program? Soil depletion, the things that we put in the ground and the things that we put on our food are not intended for nutrition. They're intended to make plants grow better, more fruit on the vine, and look good on store shelves, not nutrition. And then, of course, when we harvest the food that we have, we send it to a place and it becomes processed, right? So it can live longer, so that it can stay longer, so that it can be shipped for a longer period of time. So it can look perfect on a store shelf. Processing of foods is also something that leads to the withdrawal or the taking out of the elimination of nutritional value of our foods. So, and then of course, cooking our foods. So you think about thousands of years ago, nobody was cooking almost anything, right? We were finding stuff and we were eating it in its raw form. And then we started cooking food. And what happens is that what's happening is that we are cooking out the food enzymes in our food. That's why we need to add back whole food enzymes. So back to the question, do you or anyone you know eat cooked or processed foods? And if the answer is yes, then you're going to need some whole food enzyme nutritional value. And that's exactly what Better5 is. That's what this product is actually intended to do. What does that mean? That means that we have a combination of science, technology, and nature. And that we have 17 digestive enzymes in our product. Whole food nutrients, chelated minerals, and I'm not talking about not fake minerals that have gone through a chelation process, but real minerals, natural minerals that have gone through a real scientific, technology-approved chelation process. And of course, antioxidants. We all know that the world we live in is pretty toxic. And so we all have free radicals in our system. So that's what antioxidants help us with. And then, of course, prebiotics and probiotics to help with all of that. Now, if that's not enough, here's exactly what's going on here. It's all natural. So you put a capsule of this in you, and it's like, boom. That's what it looks like when it hits your stomach. Boom. What is happening here? This is super cool. Something all natural. Something that I can actually use right when it hits. Carrot juice powder, flaxseed, et cetera, et cetera. And it's all natural. It's totally like, hey, I know how to use this. I'm going to totally do this. Bang, boom, got it. Now you're helping me. Thank you for putting that in here. And this is why I've lost weight. Because my body is saying to me, thank you for that. And I don't need more stuff because I got what I need. So you don't have to be continuing to put stuff in here. And it's non-GMO, it's 100% vegetarian compliant, and it's gluten-free. I'm thinking to myself, this is a miracle. Well, it's not a miracle, it's the combination of science, technology, and nature. This is actually the way that our bodies were designed to be able to have nutrition hit it. It's totally amazing what's going on here. So thank you, Dr. Taylor, for that. Now, you might be thinking, this makes total sense. I think I pretty much understand this. So what do I do? How do I start? Or I'm already taking some stuff, right? So maybe I can enhance my personal health and wellness program. I either can start on one or I can enhance the one I'm already on. Well, here's what you can do very simply. If you're by yourself, buy a single bottle of Better 5. If this is you, if you're all by yourself, this is a way to be able to start. This is a starter kit. Now, I know this doesn't look like most network marketing starter kits, but it truly is. This is pretty legit. This is it. This is all. There's not a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need and don't want, and a gob of it that you could probably not use in the next 19 months. Now, or, right, if there's more than just you, then you can enroll and you can have a family pack, which is 3 bottles of Better 5 for less than the price of 2. Now, when I called Renee and I said, "Are you sure 3 for less than the price of 2?" This is super cool. This is totally amazing in every conceivable way. And not only that, but now they've even made this thing better. There's a Health Pro pack, 25 bottles of Better 5 for people that own gyms and health spas and have a countertop of any kind in a store that they have. And here's what I mean by that. So somebody introduced me to this and said, "Hey, do you know anybody? Do you or anybody you know eat cooked or processed foods?" Yes. Well, now that's actually extended. Do you or anyone you know eat cooked or processed foods, or know anybody who owns, operates, or manages, or even works in a gym, a health spa, or any kind of place that's like that? Any place that has a countertop next to the cash register? If the answer is yes, total win. We win. And you can go to Infinity5Health.com to get more information about how to get that. And if you came here tonight just wanting to know, how can I have better health and wellness? How do I have better nutrition? This is exactly it. Get back with that person, because that's the part of the conversation that's really we've had now. It's all about Dr. Taylor's part, right, in regards to providing a product or service that can help us all have better health. 100%. It's totally awesome. To infinity and beyond, right? To the 5th. Infinity, health to the 5th power. It's unbelievable. So this is super cool. Now, let me just explain briefly, switching gears just a little bit, to being able to make money. If you're looking at this going by, you might be saying, well, what is never to wealth? Maybe to never wealth? That seems kind of silly somehow. Yeah, that's the promise of most of the people who we operate with in the world, who say, go to college and get a degree or get some kind of a certification, right? The problem is that most of those people don't get jobs when they're done in the field in which they live, which makes our labor participation rate 31st in the world, and which makes then more people have to borrow money in order to buy stuff, which means they're paying interest payments on everything. So they're not making enough money, and now they're borrowing more, so they can't make the payments. It's like this crazy cycle that they're in, which is, results in this. Almost no one has saved nearly enough money for any kind of retirement. And if you did have a job, there's very few deductions on your taxes, because the tax code was not written for individuals, not for individual employees for sure. So you have very few deductions in the tax code. It's written for small business, which is what we're talking about right now. And if you're a W-2 employee, someone else controls what kind of car you have, what kind of car you drive, what kind of vacation you have, what kind of education and healthcare and clothes, and they control your time and food and etc. And people have argued with me about this. It's like, well, no, I control all that. No, you don't. If somebody else tells you what time you got to be to work and how long you're going to stay there, and whether you can work on weekends or not, or holidays or not, or family, the holidays or any of those kinds of things, special family occasions, those kinds of things, if they tell you whether you can or can't, they control you. You are a hostage. And if you depend on the money that they're going to pay you, then they got you from a finances standpoint as well, because they're telling you how much money you can make. So essentially, you work in a maybe to never wealth plan. And let me just show you exactly how that becomes true. Just think about the average American budget. 33% of it goes to rent, 33% in taxes, 21% in transportation, 7% in credit cards. And by the time you buy food and pay other expenses, you got about 2% or less left. 2%. Now, how can you create wealth on 2% of money that you can't hardly live on to start with? This is what I mean by that. By age 65, half of the people have passed away, or 5% of the people have passed away. And 90% of those people are still working or they're dependent on somebody. 90%. That's just crazy, right? Now, I would prefer this wealth plan, right? Which is what we're talking about here, the Infinity 5 wealth plan, which is that, you look at the current wealth plan, maybe to never, now we got a different plan. And this is what I mean. We have a miracle matrix compensation plan. And if you look at this, right, this is kind of going by fast, but if you look at this, right, do you know 3 people who know 3 people who know 3 people who know 3 people who know 3 people, etc., right? Do you know 3 people? The answer is yes, of course you do, because the average person has 300 people in their cell phone, 300 names in their phone. Do I know 3 people who eat cooked or processed foods? Yes, that would be 1% of the people whose names are in my phone right now. Now, that doesn't mean I know them perfectly. It just means I know at least who they are. The truth is I know more than 300. But if 1% eat cooked or processed foods, we got a way to help them. If you know 3 people who are struggling financially or would like a plan B or would just like to be able to make some more money, for heaven's sakes, to pay for Christmas before Christmas instead of the whole year after it, 1% of those people can pay you a lot of money. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you income, but I'm going to show you some mathematical possibilities here. So with a few people who are operating on family packs, right, you can make some money. And if those 3 people know 3 people, you can move down to this. And if those 3 people know 3 people, you can move to here. Now, here's why I think this one is particularly important. It's important because this allows you to be able to get your products for free. Your family pack would be free, actually more than free, right, at this level, right, would be free. You'd be able to get healthcare for free. You'd be able to get all the benefits that I talked about before for free. This is unbelievably amazing. Now, if you wanted some extra money, that would be totally legit. Just move down one more level. And if you move down to here, this part right here, this 726, this will save about half the marriages and about half the bankruptcies in the United States alone, right? Just at this level, at the 4th level. At the 5th level, for most people, they can say, I can do pretty much what I want because I want, and I'm still going to have to go to work. I'm not free yet, but at least I got some room to operate. I can go on vacation to someplace besides grandmother's house, and I can go kind of where I want. I'm not having to read how much does this cost before I go buy something. Now, at the next level down, it's totally amazing because you can actually create job-dropping income. Right in here, for most people, is job-dropping residual income. That is to say, if they don't want to go to work anymore, if they don't want to go to work for money, if they're not being held hostage, they can totally decide what they want their life to be and look like. That's what I mean by building your business. If you know 3, who know 3, who know 3, this is 3. We build in 3s. You know 3 people? Do you think those 3 people know 3 people? Yeah, the average person, again, knows 300 people. Has 300 people on their cell phone. Do you know 3 who know 3? If the answer is yes, we got a way for you to be able to get compensated in some pretty significant ways by jumping on a bandwagon that's on a trend that's actually operating and rocking and rolling. Now, here, there are no games, no gimmicks, no gotchas. No outrageously priced products, no points to count, no BB, GB, TV, PV to account for, no dollar to point value conversions to be able to make. No need to worry about product to point values. No need to plan around what points count and what's done, what doesn't. No need to worry about structure, or point balance, or banked points. You need to calculate percentages of points in any particular group or leg. Now, this is a long list of no's, right? But this is what other network marketing companies do. Almost all of them do some or all of these things. It's totally crazy. No frantic end-of-month dialing for dollars or spending your own personal money so that you can qualify in some way to get some bigger thing. No need to rely on others to achieve or maintain some sort of leadership position. So we don't have that either. No commission discounts for people based on their position in the organization. No worries about sponsorship. We don't have to worry about all of these things. Hallelujah. Somebody finally said, what if we created a compensation plan that actually worked for the average guy or gal? Well, thank you, Renee, for actually creating this for us to be able to move forward. Simply, we get 5% for every purchase every week in the matrix. 5% every week in the matrix. 5% for every purchase. Somebody buys something, 5%. Somebody buys 5%. Somebody buys 5%. Somebody buys, so somebody above you, right, put somebody at 5%. 5%, 5%, everywhere in the matrix. 5%. Everywhere from you down 5%, all the way down to 10 levels. That's 88,000 positions. That's totally amazing. We unlock, you make a purchase, boom. You automatically are in line to be able to secure 88,000 positions. That's a lot of money. We could go back and I can show you the deal. You could make a gob of money. You could. I'm not guaranteeing you anything, but if you want to be able to go to work, our commitment, it will match yours. We'll help you get what you want to be able to get because we have the perfect storm. If we went to the Harvard Business School today and said, hey, we got a new company. What do you think? What do we really got to do to create a successful new venture? They would tell us these 4 things. 1, we got to have a product that everybody needs. Okay, good. So do you or anyone you know eat cooked or processed foods? Yes. Okay, good. Check. Is it a price that everyone can afford? Yeah, for about $1 a day. Okay, boom, got it. Enough margin to grow the company? Yes, bing, got it. And fair compensation to ensure profit. I'm pretty sure I just showed you that. 5%, every purchase, everywhere, down 10 levels, 88,000 positions. Check. I think we got it all. We have the perfect storm. You just got to get into the middle of it because everything is in place for you. Amazing products from proven science, stable debt-free company, a unique business structure. The Miracle Matrix is totally unbelievably awesome because including all of the list of what don't we have, right? What are the things that we've omitted? What have we cut out so that you can actually have something that works for you? And we use a share age business model. Now, we didn't invent it. We didn't even perfect it. We didn't invent it. It was invented hundreds of years ago, but perfected by guys you may have heard of. Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, J. Paul Getty, Sam Walton, Ray Kroc, Jeff Bezos, others, right? They perfected it. We just use it. You see, we don't have to invent anything here. You don't have to invent anything. You don't. What we need to do is to go talk to a few people, first starting with you, right? So essentially you got about 4 options. I mean, I've been doing a lot of talking and talking pretty fast because I want you to get at least an overview of what's going on here before you get back to the person that got you here tonight. But you can do nothing and your life will go on pretty much as it is now, which is totally cool. So I just gave you a way out. So yeah, you can do nothing. And if your life is going okay, if your life is rocking the world, man, keep rolling. So you can get more information so that you can make an informed decision. More information. You can do that by going to Infinity5Health.com. You can do that by getting back with the person that got you here. You can get back in a whole bunch of ways to be able to get more information. We can get you more information. So you can enroll as a customer and take advantage of the benefits of the products. Retail, $65. Wholesale, $120. And if you really want to expand quickly, if you own a business or you know somebody who owns a business, right, then they could get like triple, wholesale with the Health Pro Pack. So it's totally awesome. So you can enroll as a customer. You can enroll as a business partner and take advantage of the products, I do, and make some money, possibly a lot of money. That's exactly what I'm doing. Products for me, I'm building the business for me. Now, it may not be for everybody, but I'll tell you that if it is for you, if it is something you want to be able to take advantage of, just help us help you, right? We do want to serve you. We want to be able to serve you in the most appropriate way for you. No pushing, no gimmicks, no games, no gotchas here. We want to help you if you want to be helped. So just get back with the person that got you here on the call here tonight on this or to this video here whenever you're watching it, right? Get back with that person and say, I totally know how to tell you how to help me. Here's how I want to be helped. More information, enroll as a customer, enroll as a business partner. What am I going to do? How's this whole thing going to work? So I appreciate each and every one of you time tonight. I appreciate you. I appreciate who you are. I appreciate most of all the most important, the most expensive resource that you have in the whole world, and that is your time. And I want to just thank you for spending a few minutes here tonight with us, hopefully investing a few minutes here tonight, either watching the video of this or being able to be with here live and in color with us. But I appreciate you. If there's anything we can do for you, let us know. And I look forward to talking to you soon, hopefully at the top of the mountain. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. This is Clay Stevens from Infinity5, inviting you to get on your own health and wellness plan so that you can move your life forward. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.